Yo, thanks for tuning in to this final installment. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. On top of the game, feel like the fire burning the flame. It ain't the same game. Looking through the pain, transparently burning, it's not the same game. People still ain't got the place to hang. People on the corner be doing slanging things. People don't be throwing out, it's all the same. We be all looking at each other, it's blame. 100 years too later, we still got racism living in the policies. Ain't nobody hating the game because we chasing the flame. Because nobody coming, they wanna see. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. I feel like you gotta sell your soul just to get your way up that slimy pole. Everybody's trying to roll, standing in the field, but you can't kick a goal. All we do is pay the troll, sitting up in the game, but we don't know where to go. Wait until we getting old. Look inside of our hearts for that day we getting bold. Do what your parents told. Look inside, deep inside, and know where you wanna go. Then you follow on that road. Don't let nobody stand in front of you, even if you gotta implode. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. I keep looking on the other side, but I realize I'm not on any side. Everybody's still, they trying to hide. Looking so far from Jackal back to Hyde. Cause we live inside the pride. Like an insect, it eats you down deep inside. Viruses, they don't arise. While we go into figures, realize it's just an enterprise. Looking at the skies. Do you understand it? Or do you see another lie? Or do you just try? Waiting, hoping on that day that you die. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. Thank you, man, for tuning into my story. Let's end it with some glory. Through the darkness, through the darkness, through the darkness, we will win. What's up, guys? Welcome to the last part of this wonderful little series today that we have going on, as I'm trying to fix the camera and talk to you at the same time, because I don't have the luxury of a nice photographer. I do all the editing myself and everything, like I always talk about. But yes. So the reason why I kind of cut a little briefer on the last part, with going more further in, and I wasn't like all excited, like, oh yeah, I quit drinking at that point, because that was really just the beginning part of the next battle. Each one of these parts was kind of its own battle, and this one had no exception. With going up in just the part with staying at that job afterwards, and then gaining all this stuff in regular life of going from my 1-bedroom apartment to a 2-bedroom condo to a manager to having land, to all these different things, and all this ego building up, and there's a few huge roadblocks in there, like 3 months after my girlfriend at the time had broken up with me. That alone could take people out of sobriety, and that was just in the first 3 months. And then obviously with the job stuff and happening, that's stressful. Being a manager, especially in recovery, dealing with lots of stuff, being in charge of a whole store, taking care of a whole bunch of stuff. It's crazy. I had other issues and stuff with the job itself, but to the owners, really, I give them, Alex and Orlando, you guys were amazing. Without you, I wouldn't have actually quit to begin with. So, even though the job at the end there got a little stressful, partly was because of my own ego. I couldn't accept authority at the time, and I constantly wanted to attack everything because I thought I knew everything in certain areas. So I'm like, shoot, I can beat anything. I beat alcoholism. Where it is a huge victory, it can also blindside you. That I learned it when I started my business after I left the job, and I faced a ton of obstacles. And that's where we'll kind of get more, and I had to kind of transform that. Kind of going into that alcoholism, I had found something while I was still drinking. I found a practice in Buddhism, like I talk about. I'm a Jewish Buddhist. I had met someone at the car wash I was working at the time who had introduced me into Buddhism, and I'd use it in the time when I was drinking still a little bit, but I kind of had fallen off of it. And these people had been reaching out in this organization, and since I had just left my job, started my business, and I was having trouble getting new clients and growing, and I realized I wasn't as great as I thought I was, and my ego kind of started to fade. I started to attend meetings at this with this organization, and it kind of defined everything of what I was looking for. A lot of people believed in me, and a lot of people cared about me and took care of me. That's why I quit drinking, and because I wanted to be able to do the same for others. When I found this organization and saw the kind of support they gave to me and other people, it kind of took me to another level. There were so many obstacles I faced where I had to literally sell half of everything I owned, go and sleep on couches. But these people would give me a place to home, to live, to eat. They wouldn't charge me money sometimes. If they did, it was very reasonable. They were just very, very supportive of me in all aspects, loaning me money and help. Instead of loaning it to me, giving me other ways to pay it back. Because in the organization itself, we don't actually loan money, but we give other ways that you can, if you, like for instance, I'm a mobile detailer. We get a lot of jobs through them. They help me out getting jobs and things like that. So it was amazing, and it taught me other ways rather than just relying on asking people for help. It taught me to utilize things I learned in my life to better myself, rather than always expecting everybody to take care of me every time I fell down. I learned to stand up again, and not just stand up again and do it on my own completely, but to stand up and utilize the environment around me, as well as the community. Because really, if you're willing to give into the community, you're always going to get back. And however much you give into the community, you're always going to get back. And that's why there's so many of these different kinds of obstacles I face, coming around to really, into the serious of all why I quit drinking. One of the things I look at that keeps you drinking, right around coming into my 4th year, I lost my brother to cirrhosis of the liver, 4th stage, and obviously it was alcohol related, and it runs my family. But with that, actually, it kind of ended the sickness of alcohol in my family. My brother was suffering beyond pain, and as much as he wanted to conquer his battle, I think in the back of his mind, he kind of knew what was going to happen. And he just kind of wanted to be there and create damage control and get those opportunities. One of the things that really sticks out to me about my post recovery was actually seeing my brother. That to me as a recovering alcoholic was very hard to see the other side of what happens if I didn't quit. Not to mention that all the suffering and the pain and the love to be hurt by a family member due to something that I couldn't control. For so long I was the alcoholic, creating that problem for my friends and family. But to be the one on the other side, to see that to me was the ultimate, circle. And I realized the true agony and pain behind the addiction and why it's so important that we help encourage those to keep on fighting to their freedom. Because that's where a slavery can become, is you can become a slave to drugs, and the only way to get to freedom is through your own mind. So I hope all of you out there, I hope somebody watched this video and really takes it in if you're fighting alcohol, and I hope this might give you a different way to look at it. This is my small struggle. I mean, obviously it's a lot deeper, but due to time and due to everything else, I don't want to go too crazy. If you guys want a full-on documentary, hey, let me know, and I can kind of go deeper into it. But this was just a little reflection from my story of my battle with alcoholism. And October 5th will be 6 years. I'm so proud that I'm not drinking anymore. So with that, thank you guys for all your patience, and whatever battles you guys have in your life, I hope you guys win.